Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Tism MMA, short for favoritism. Don't forget it. And my oh my, I might have a mental deficiency. I'm gonna be real, fellas. If you guys remember my video, you probably fucking don't, because I haven't posted in forever. But if you remember my video from a while back, early predictions, I chose Dricus du Plessis by falling piano. Now, if you kept up with the fights, or if you're looking at this goddamn screen right now, you will see that obviously he did not win via falling piano, and I'm mentally not well. But yeah, Khamzat Chimaev goes out there and absolutely dominates 50-44's DDP via unanimous decision. And yeah, I mean, just thinking about it logically, this is something that I should have had some foresight into, but I was riding the DDP wave. I'm just going to cope here and talk about how much I love this man. Like, he's just so good, talking shit on the mic. He's a fantastic, like, all his fights are super exciting when he's actually able to do stuff. Unfortunately, this fight, he got wrestled, gangbanged, and dominated. He got put into a crucifix like 3 freaking times, dude. Who does that? Who does that at DDP, man? That's crazy. Chimaev is on a completely different level. This man's wrestling and chain wrestling is absolutely insane. He's super relentless. He won't let you stay up on your feet. He just kept shooting and shooting, and his gas tank looked phenomenal. Chimaev is an absolute boogeyman. He looked insane tonight. Did not show many signs of getting exhausted, probably until late 5th round, but even then he looked pretty good. It's just insane that, you know, he's able to shoot like that, get into dominant positions, chain wrestle, and continue to drag you down. Chimaev is honestly probably the best wrestler I think I've ever seen in the UFC. No one has ever been as dominant and effective in the grappling and wrestling as Chimaev has been in the UFC thus far. It's just absolutely insane what he's been able to accomplish here. Subbing Robert Whittaker in a round, dominating DDP like he has, you know, 10-8ing Usman on the first round of their fight. Like, he's just done so much. His wrestling has been insane, unmatched, just utter domination. And yeah, just super impressed with this performance. Obviously, I think up next is the winner of Imavov and Kyle Baralho, but we'll see what happens there. I don't see either of those guys beating Chimaev. In fact, I don't see anyone in this division beating Khamzat Chimaev. So, yeah, we'll just see what he does in the future. I know he's still been talking about getting multiple belts. I don't know how well he'll do at going back down to 170. I obviously think he has a great shot at winning the belt, but does he still, you know, can he still make the weight? I highly doubt it. I'd more so likely see him trying to move up to light heavyweight. And those guys are big boys, but Chimaev's wrestling has obviously been shown to be a whole different level than anyone in the UFC thus far. So, yeah, we'll just see what he does in his career, if he'll stick around and defend the belt a few times and then tries to maybe move up, or what he'll shoot for in his career. Obviously, he's had a lot of health complications in the past that's caused him to pull out of fights. And yeah, just, you know, a lot of canceled bouts that he hasn't been able to participate in. So we'll see. You know, hopefully those issues don't arise. I really do wish Khamzat the best and want to continue seeing him in his reign, in his prime, just absolutely dominating people. So incredible win by Chimaev. Super sad that Dricus is no longer champion. He's just so freaking exciting all the time and always brings it to people. But I'm sure he'll still be a very fun contender. I could definitely see him sticking around the top 5 for a really long time. So yeah, we'll just see what happens with Dricus. And yeah, I mean, shit, I got some picks wrong. It is what it is. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening. My God, dude. This fight was so exciting. Honestly, a lot of this main card was really, really freaking good. But yeah, Lerone Murphy, Aaron Pico. I've been memeing the whole Pico thing a lot with some of my friends and cousins, just talking about how it's crazy how they're giving him the #1 contender in Evloev, and how these like Bellator PFL people just come in and continue to get crazy shots, and they just never end up winning the fight. So I did choose Lerone Murphy. I obviously thought he'd very likely just win this one by pitter-patter decision, use his range well. But Pico's doing really good at being aggressive and pushing him up against the cage with a lot of pressure. He was throwing decent combinations, landing really, really well to the body. There was a big right hand that seemed to hurt Lerone Murphy. And yeah, he even got tagged upstairs. It looked like Pico was having a lot of success early on. He was mixing it in well too, getting that takedown, and he was looking good, man. Honestly, for a while I was like, shit, I may have, underestimated this guy and memed him too much, but holy hell, in the fire, Lerone Murphy spinning back elbow knockout, absolutely flatlines Aaron Pico. He's just eyes open, staring at the sky. That was rough, man, because Aaron Pico has been finished a few times in his previous fights, and getting flatlined like that again, I just worry for the man's chin. Who knows? Hopefully he'll still be the same. But yeah, he looked pretty promising early on. Absolutely got brutalized after that, though, with a big elbow, and there wasn't really too much else to that fight. Great win for Lerone Murphy. I kind of did see him a lot as a decision machine at the higher level, but showing that he could still be very, very dangerous, that he could knock people out. And yeah, I see him having to still do maybe another one fight to getting a title shot. I know he called out Volkanovski, but I don't see how you give the fight to Murphy when Evloev is right there. God, please make that fight. Don't give us fucking Yair versus Volk. I'll shoot my brains out. But yeah, hopefully they make that fight, Volk Evloev, and then we have if Jean Silva beats Lopez, I could see them giving the shot to Silva if he wins in great, spectacular fashion. But if he loses, obviously Diego Lopez, I don't think they'll give him a shot considering he just lost to Volk. So maybe Lerone Murphy's possibly out, getting the shot after, but I still see him having one more fight. And then, yeah, if he wins that next one against a top 5 person, cracks into the top 5, then I could definitely see him getting a title shot. But yeah, great win for Murphy. Incredible finish. And we'll see if he could string along that next win and get a title shot. So yeah, really excited to see what happens there. Welterweight, Carlos Prates, the boy CP. I know you guys love watching CP, man. I know y'all love seeing this man fight, but pause. But crazy finish. He looked sharp in there, man. He looked aggressive. Obviously they were landing both pretty well on each other. I knew someone was going to fucking get flatlined this fight. I was not expecting anything different. But Carlos Prates, man, hitting that buzzer beater. Literally the round ends and he just flatlines the fuck out of Jeff Neal again with a spinning back elbow. Crazy to have that back-to-back on the main card. I was losing my mind. But yeah, absolutely puts him out bad. Fighting Nerds still doing what they do, man. Very, very exciting prospects. I'm so happy that Carlos Prates won, because if he would have lost again, I think that pretty much kills any hype he has as a contender, especially losing to a gatekeeper like Jeff Neal. I mean, it just wouldn't be a good luck. So yeah, excited to see that Prates is still winning, especially still in spectacular fashion. Always dangerous, dude. Close to finishing Gary as well, and pretty much just beating the hell out of everyone else. I mean, the way he put out Neo and Magny is crazy, dude. This man packs a huge punch and he just lands super well and precise. He's just always dangerous, man. Always dangerous. So yeah, I don't really know who he'll fight next. I know he called out Leon Edwards. That man is inactive as hell. He did just fight in March or April, so it's been like 4 or 5 months. Very likely they put him on the Brazil card. I think that's in October, so Leon Edwards will have enough time. He doesn't fight frequently, but it should be enough time to get him back in there. Hopefully the UFC will push for that fight. And yeah, I think that'll be a really great fight. Prates' pressure could very much get to Leon Edwards, who likes to keep range and pitter-patter people to a decision. I could definitely see Prates cracking him. But yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if they make that matchup. All right, and moving on to the last 2 fights that I'll talk about. I'll just kind of cover these quickly. MVP, he does a lot of taunting, a lot of showboating. In the way that's kind of entertaining and fun at times. But in reality, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion. I just think his fights are super boring. He's just very evasive, and just kind of like taunts and keeps a lot of distance, and then kind of blitzes for one punch and gets out. Like, there isn't really a lot of action in his fights. Thankfully, in this one, he actually did land a couple of really good shots that dropped Cannonier, so there was a good amount of excitement from that. But in general, I mean, I'm just not really too entertained watching him in the UFC. I think it's harder for him to land those kill shots, and a lot of people are looking to just wrestle him, and I feel like that'll also make the fights boring with MVP. So I don't even know who you give him next. It's cool to see him ranked. Great that he got some knockdowns and the win in the middleweight division. But honestly, not the biggest fan of his fights. I don't really have much to say. He's just elusive, punches people and gets out of there, and there isn't much excitement. So yeah, that's kind of just another MVP performance. Really nothing much else to say there. Kaya Sakura, Tim Elliott. Man, feels bad to see Kaya Sakura get fraud checked like that, because he did just fight Pantoja for the title, and although he didn't really have much success, I just thought he'd do better. He was a champion at Ryzen, whatever the promotion is. Comes in as an okay fight with Pantoja. Obviously, Pantoja is a super dominant champion and just ragdolled Kaya Sakura, fucking Kai Kara France. So I didn't really think too much about how he beat Asakura. I thought Asakura looked okay and could definitely compete with some people in the top 10. But getting fraud checked by Tim Elliott is not a good look, man. There's just not going to be any more hype for Kaya Sakura. That's really rough to get submitted there. And I don't really know what else to say, man. I don't know who you give him. Probably someone just out of the top 15 at this rate. Try to give him some layups maybe, where he could get some spectacular finishes and bring back some of his hype. But at this point, I mean, he's just completely derailed. Like, there isn't much else to say about it. Good win for Tim Elliott. Obviously gets the win bonus, and at this point in his career, he's probably making a decent bit of money. So yeah, good on him. Don't really have much else to say about that. Super impressed with the last 3 fights of the night, with Khamzat Chimaev being super dominant, and then obviously the back-to-back spinning back elbows. Absolutely fucking insane. Yeah, just a good day at the office, honestly, and I'm really excited about the events to come. We're not going to have anything for probably like a month and a half, I think. I think 320 is in October, which is quite a whiles away. But yeah, really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to 321. A lot of title fights coming in, and I'm really excited to see Aspinall back in there against Gon, who somehow has the infinite title glitch going. But yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoy these fights as much as I did. I'm sure you're going to keep seeing a lot of those fucking highlights for the co-main and the featured fight. Absolutely insane. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs it up, comment, say something about me being tism as fuck. And yeah, I mean, have a blessed day, y'all.